Hey, what's going on YouTube? I wanted to go ahead and come out and say that I made some mistakes yesterday when I was showing some math and some numbers when it comes to the A Cool Smile Vision card. In yesterday's video where I was talking about some like new player tips and beginner tips, I said that A Cool Smile was better than other vision cards. And I'll just go ahead and spoiler alert, it is. But the math that I was doing was flawed for a couple of reasons, and I'll go ahead and go into why that was. But thank you to some of the folks in the comments. In particular, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the name here. Hold on. In particular to Jesse Duran, who reminded me of the fact that I was not using a morale scaling LB, which then opened up some other questions about why it was getting more damage even though it wasn't a morale scaling LB, and it's because there were killers on the card. And yeah, the test was totally flawed, but I've cleaned it up and I've made a better test. And so now we're ready to go, and we're going to show some new numbers that are refined and much better science coming your way. But let's talk about A Cool Smile. Okay, A Cool Smile adds certain LBs get a damage boost of 5,000 for 5 turns, and the effect is only applied to morale scaling LBs. The added damage changes the modifier of your attack, and it's a multiplicative change. So we've talked about before how multipliers like killers and imperils and weapon imperils and modifier boosts and all that are way more important than just adding more stats. And my goal is to try and show that. And here's the picture that I showed yesterday. Okay. This is Olivera at the top left using his own card with a certain amount of MP, 13,600, doing 150 million to a machine boss. And then I added the Dazzling Demoness card, which gave more MP and more damage, which makes sense because you're getting more MP. That ability scales off of MP. It should be doing more damage. But then it shows in the bottom left 249 million with less MP doing more damage. And I was like, well, if it's not a morale scaling LB, why is that happening? It's because that card adds 100% machine killer, and that's a machine enemy. And so the killer was providing more damage. Now, this is a good test, right? It's still showing that, you know, with less MP, less stats, right? The killer adds more damage than just having more stats, which is something that I talk about a lot. And so this does show that, but it doesn't show what I wanted it to show. And so to clean this test up, we're going to have to do some new calculations. We're going to have to definitely use a morale scaling LB, which we have now done. And we're trying to keep killers and everything consistent across the board. So here is a new set of assumptions for this test. The following modifiers have to be the same across all tested cards: killers, LB mod, like LB damage boost, and equipment stats, right? Unit stats may end up different as a result of different cards, but we need to have all the modifiers be the same. And having the modifiers be the same, but then adding the actual modifier boost from the vision card is what's going to prove the point that we're doing more damage with better modifiers, not just stats. Okay, and so we're going to take a look at that right now. And here's the initial test that I did with Olivera. So I switched out Olivera using his regular base form LB, which is a morale scaling LB, and it's based on his magic stat. And I went in and faced a boss that does not have killers that Olivera naturally comes with. It's a dragon beast. And it's pretty bulky, so it's definitely going to survive. And just used the LB just right out the bat. So you can see with his own card, he's got 4,750 magic and ended up doing 70,000 damage. With the Dazzling Demoness card, had 5,629 magic and did 90,000 damage. And with A Cool Smile, had 4,953, so kind of in the middle, but did 190,678 damage. So what that comes down to, I'll go ahead and show you some math here, is that Olivera using the Cool Smile card versus his own card gets a 171.7% increase in damage on turn 1. Okay, that's huge. That's a huge increase in damage. Versus the Dazzling Demoness card, which is line number 2 there, is a 109%, right? 109.5.6% damage increase against that enemy. And so this spreadsheet is built to kind of start showing some damage as we try these out. And we're gonna go against Bahamut, just like we did with Olivera, and we're gonna start testing some other numbers. And we're gonna try this with Chizuru first. So it's gonna take a second while I gear, but you're gonna kind of see how we do it. So we're gonna switch out Olivera. We're gonna start with Samurai Chizuru. Here we go. Mine is only EX2, and so we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to make sure that she... hold on. We're going to start in the shift form, because our shifted LB is where we get the good damage, right? The morale-based damage. So we're going to just put her Trustmaster reward on. There we go. She's got True Double Hand capped. Beast is 275. Well, let's go ahead and cap. Let's go ahead and cap Beast and Dragon. Let's see here. So we'll put that on. And how much Dragon do we have now? We have 25. So let's just add Dragon Killer in. Here we go. Just put on all the good Dragon Killer on. Is this 50 or 75? 75. We want 75s. Dragon Killer Plus. And let's put on... I'm pretty sure I have a good Dragon Killer. Don't I have... Where's the... How much is this one? Is this 75? That's 75. Perfect. Alright. So we are at Dragon 250, Beast 300. Okay. So that's a good start. We might have to get more Dragon Killer, though. Hold on. I'd like to just go ahead and cap them. That way the cards can't give any additional benefit. Do we have any Dragon Killer armor? This is how we have to do this test, though. Because if it's not the same, it's not the same. Here we go. We should be capped now. So now we are capped. We got Dragon, yes, capped, and Beast capped. Perfect. Okay. And we do need LB damage boost. So... where can we get some LB damage? From that. That's 220. I know this isn't exciting, but we got to make sure we got to be rigorous. Yuna's necklace. Put 2 Yuna's necklaces on, right? There we go. And that's perfect. So we'll go ahead and remove that. So now we have capped. We've capped True Double Hand. We've capped Dragon Killer. We've capped Beast Killer, and we've capped LB damage. So no matter what card we add, we're not going to get any additional killers, equipment XP, or equipment stats, or LB damage. So there she is, right? Gosh, she gears so easily. Okay, and let's put on first her own vision card. Okay. So we'll go ahead and put on her own vision card. Where is it? There we go. Notice we are still 300, 300, and 300, and that's 400. So we're good to go. And we're in the right form. So let's go ahead and get our baseline number here. Okay, now I'm gonna have to try and grab this number really fast. So let's see here. Dual Blade Phantom Shadow, and we do 22787-294. 22787-924. Okay. Actually, perfect. The number stays on the screen. Okay, so that's what I assume is going to be a smaller number here. Let's go ahead and back out, and we'll do the Hyo Vision card next. All right. I assume that's going to be the smaller number. Put on the Hio card. Make sure everything's still the same. 400, 300, 300, and 350. So we're good. Everything's overcapped. And okay. So for that one, we did 20,498,813. So we actually did a little less damage with the Hio Vision card. That's kind of surprising. Let's take a look now. And we'll do that one more time with our cool smile. And if I'm wrong on this, then you'll have video evidence of me being wrong on this one, right? All right. Stats are a little lower, 7681. There we go. And moment of truth. All right. So that's 21,428,976. 21,428,976. So here's what we saw on that test. I'm going to go ahead and back out. Compared to the Hio Vision card, she did 4.54% more damage. And compared to her own Vision card on just one run, she did minus 5.96% more damage. So the question then becomes, why do we see such a big difference between her and her and Olivera? I'll show you. Okay, so if you look at Olivera, his LB has 1, 2, 3, 4 different effects. So it dips 4 different times into that bonus, that bonus that you get, because that bonus damage gets added to this one, this one, this one, and this one. So it's a big boost to Olivera's damage. Whereas Chizuru, all right, it has effect 1, it grants tag team. Effect 2 grants mirage. Effect 3, it does 29 hits here and 1 hit here. And yes, it adds that 50x modifier to each one of these, but it's only dipping a little bit, right? It's only 2 times dipping instead of 4 times dipping. So the effect is a little bit smaller. I am curious. I'm going to go ahead and run that number one more time and see if that's just a variance thing. But it's odd that she's doing more damage with her own Vision card. Let's run those numbers one more time just to see. That could be a variance thing. I'm willing to double check. It's definitely a tighter range than Olivera, so I'm willing to do it again. All right, this is her own card. And just so we can see her stats, right? 8, 2, 3, 1. Okay. That time she did 2669, 327. Okay. And then we'll do it again with the cool smile. Because even that's a little bit of variance, right? There we go. Now her stats are 7681, so quite a big drop in stats. Ooh, look at that. 27,279, 217. So that's a pretty significant jump. That's a 31% increase on that test. But variance is a thing, right? Variance is a thing, is a thing, is a thing. If I do that again, do we get around the same number? You know? Let's take a look. $27,188. 27,188, 175. I'm just keeping track of it down here. All right, and we'll try her own vision card one more time just to be double sure. I like to be extra, extra sure. $23,848.60. All right. So, yeah, 31.98% here, 33.37% increase there. All right. And let's go ahead and do the Hio card one more time. This is just this. I like to run multiple tests just to make sure. This is where we get the benefits here, you know, scientific rigor. That first one might have just been a fluke, just bad variance roll or something like that. That's why I can't just do one test. All right, that was 22,512,143. Assuming we just did the same number, so 271,881.75. That's still a 20, you know, a 20.77% increase. You know, if we go back to this first one, oh, I typed the wrong number. Hold on. 271,881.75. Yep. 271,881.75. You know, 32.63% increase in the very first test we ever did with the Hio Vision card. This one we got a better variance roll. We got 20.77. We're still, you know, we're doing more damage with both Vision cards kind of consistently. The only time we didn't was that one where we may very well have just gotten a really bad variance roll on one end and a really high variance roll on the other card. But, you know, in general, we're seeing better damage. So let's switch out and try somebody else. Because Chizuru's limit burst double dips, right? We know this. So I thought we could maybe try somebody who does not double dip. And so I'd like to try and find somebody in who does not. And I think the one that I want to go for is, I think Tiana does not double dip. Let's double check. I think Tiana is just a single hit. But let's see. Okay. Experimental mixture is just one day. Yeah, there we go. So it does apply killers but it's okay. The killers that we don't care about, and it's just one hit, right? So we're just gonna get bonus damage, you know. So this will be good. We'll do 3 different tests. We'll do against her own card, against her own card, and against Dazzling Demoness card again. So let's go ahead and add Tiana, and we'll equip. What do we need here? We already have True Double Hand maxed out, and yeah, so actually we're pretty good. What's her LB damage looking like? Doesn't have any LB damage, so we're fine here. We could just put on her own vision card. So we'll start with her own card. There we go. We have no LB damage. We have no killers. And we have Magic True Double Hand already maxed out, but it doesn't matter because we're not wearing any gear. We don't need anything for this test. This is perfect. Just stats. So let's go ahead and switch her here. Want to make sure. There we go. Cool. Nice. This will be good. So this is going to be Tiana, Cool Smile versus unit card. All right, cool. And let's do it. Unfortunately, this is a very long LB. All right, good. Small numbers. So this is going to be 24,211. Don't worry about the small numbers because she's not wearing any gear and she's going to die anyway. So perfect. We're going to have to hear that a lot of times. All right, so let's do Demoness card next. Which is obviously going to give her better magic, so now she's got higher magic. And does not give her any relevant killers, just aquatic and insect, which this boss does not have, so that's good. And no LB damage boost still, correct, right? Yep, no LB damage boost. Nice. Try this again. And she should do more damage here because her stats are higher. Yep. Definitely. 42, 270. No death for you, Bahamut. All right, and then we'll do the Cool Smile card. Now again, we don't have any breaks, we don't have any imperils, we don't have any. All right, our stats are about 600 points lower, right? Don't have any breaks, don't have any imperils, don't have any LB modifiers, buffs, other than just what the Cool Smile gives us. No stat buffs, no killer buffs, nothing. We're just doing some damage. Okay. And here goes. Hoping to see more than 42,000. Okay, we actually saw less. 34,995. So against her own vision card, we got a 44.54% increase in damage. There we go. I'm actually willing to try that one more time to see if we got a different, see if that was a bad variance roll. Although she's not wearing a weapon. I'm still willing to do it again. I just want to see. We'll do more than one test. Because it should be higher. 600 magic stats should not really change that much. Even lower. That's variance for you. Curious. I'm burning up all my energy pots. I'm okay with that. It's all in the name of science. What if we... I'm going to try something here. What if we put a weapon on? Here we go. And we'll just go ahead and do both tests again. There we go. This rod. All right, we have a 50% LB damage boost, but it's not going to matter because the card is the same. So this is Cool Smile. The rod adds damage boost, so we're getting new numbers now. I just want to see if it makes a difference. All right, 156,522. Right? Yes. All right, and then now we'll do the Demoness card. And if it's still higher damage, then we have found an outlier. Although, does this... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm pretty sure that hers is morale-based, but I could be wrong. It is morale-based. Okay. Whew. Yes, it is morale-based. Oh, but wait a minute. Effective morale range 100 to 200%. Hold on a second. Zero above or below 100%. Okay, so it's fine. So let's see it with the Demoness card on now. It shouldn't matter. Two-handed rod with Demoness card. Magic is significantly higher, which might be accounting for the damage. Like, I know I said that modifiers are bigger, more important than just stats, but when the stat increase is that big, that could be accounting for the damage. 142. Aha. 142, 893. We're going to test that again. I'm not just going to call it, you know, one and done. We're going to just roll for variance and see if we can get a better number. But the effect is definitely not going to be as pronounced because it is a one hit, does not double dip. See, that one was higher, 169. Variance. That one actually, we did less damage with the Demoness card. Or with the Cool Smile. So there's some variance to it, which is fine. I still think in general it's better. But you do have to factor in, you know, so, you know, 100 MP here versus like, or 100 magic here or there is pretty small, but she's got 5,170 with this card, 5,117 with this card versus 4,256. That's a really big swing in her stats. run this one more time. That big swing in her stats can account for that big of a difference in damage. We've seen that kind of stuff before. But in general, especially on units that get the dip more than once. Yeah, 147. See, that was a pretty low roll. Especially on units that dip into that modifier boost more than once, you can get a massive jump in damage. 171.7% damage increase over Olivera's base card versus the Cool Smile card, or 109% versus Dazzling Demoness. That's a pretty big jump. For units that only have one hit, maybe it's not as pronounced. But, even versus her own card, which used to be, what you would want to run with her, 44% increase in damage. Pretty solid for that card. Now, nobody's out there using Tiana's Limit Burst, but it is there. It's a one-hit morale-based Limit Burst. It's what it is. Depending on variance, we saw some numbers that were a little higher, a little lower. Yeah, there it is. So when it comes down to, is it better, is it not? There's a lot of factors that play into it. One is the sheer number of stats that come into play. We could keep doing more and more of these tests. I think that you kind of get the point. Is that especially on units that get the modifier boost more than once, you're going to see a bigger impact on their damage. But there you have it. On 5 out of 6 of these that we ran, they got higher numbers with the Cool Smile card versus the Dazzling Demoness card. And what we're seeing with this one that doesn't get it, Tiana versus Dazzling Demoness, or Cool Smile versus Dazzling Demoness with Tiana, it's coming down to variance. I bet you if we ran it 10 times on each side and took an average, it would probably be higher. I just don't want to subject you guys to that when this video is already 33 minutes long. So yeah, all in all, I still think that Cool Smile is better in that first 5 turns when your damage burst is almost always going to happen. Afterwards, if you've got a prolonged fight, yeah, it's not going to be better because you're not going to have the modifier boost anymore. That's where it is. So, like I said, I just wanted to come out and show the corrected math on Olivera in particular, because I was not doing good science. Now I'm doing better science, and we're seeing similar results, kind of across the board. Tiana is proving to be an outlier here for us, but she's also only getting one dip into that modifier boost, and so we might not be seeing the full effect of it. For other units that get more jumps into it, they are getting a better effect. And that's a good thing because modifiers are good. So yeah, hopefully that helps. And I appreciate the feedback on the last one. And yeah, hope you guys have a good night and the rest of your weekend. And I hope to see you guys all in the chat tomorrow during the live stream event. So yeah, take care, be good to each other. See you later.